I'm Leah.
Talia, nice to meet you.
What channel are
You know it's
Awesome.
and you are 8?
Channel 8, yeah.
You live in Mount Rochester?
Yeah.
I used to live there.
Where do you live now?
I live in Geneva.
Oh, okay. So you didn't have to drive far?
No.
Yeah, we drove an hour.
Yeah.
Something changed.
Yeah.
Almost so back.
Were you a UVS student at high school?
No, I didn't go to school here. I went to school in New York City.
Anywhere?
New York City.
Oh, okay.
I
Cool.
just graduated.
All right. NYU?
Fordham.
Fordham.
Close to
Right.
NYU.
Yeah, great. Yeah, no. Fordham's great.
Were you always with Thingamabs?
No, I've actually had a huge, long academic career. Last place I taught was Ithaca College. So, yeah, left academia. No complaints there.
What'd you teach?
The last thing I taught was women's and gender studies, but my PhD is in communication rhetorical studies. So, yeah. What'd you study there?
Journalism.
Journalism,
Sorry,
right?
naturally.
Yeah, yeah. What did you gravitate towards? Like, what were the classes you liked the best?
Anything focused on reporting, really. TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like the most.
Yeah.
I wanted to do. That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, yeah. Good for you.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
Good for you. I'm not academic. Is
Yeah.
this a dream job?
No, I mean this is a actor. This is a good job.
Yeah.
I mean I get to write every day, and I have
Strong writer out of
so I have no problem with that. So that's wonderful. We don't always have resources to do investigative research or things like that. But yeah, it's right now with the tax going on at the academy, which I saw coming. My research was on white Christian nationalists. I'm like, I knew that was coming. I'm
Yeah.
like, gotta go.
Oh, so you got out at a good time.
I got out, yeah, in 2018. Because you could just see that the administration wasn't paying attention. They didn't know what was coming out.
Oh, man. Well, I'm glad you got through.
Yeah, thanks. Do your parents live in New York City?
I'm from Maryland originally.
Oh, Maryland, yeah. Yeah.
6 hours away. Yeah.
Are you in Baltimore or outside Baltimore? Or?
Both.
Both, okay. Very good.
You're from Manchester, you said?
No, I'm from Los Angeles.
Oh, that's far.
Yeah, that's far.
All the way on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I ended up here was because of academic jobs.
Mm.
So, and I have no complaints, honestly, because LA is just unaffordable. And it's
What are you
burning.
telling? That too.
It's just, it's on fire.
Yeah.
It's
Droughts.
it's having lands.
Hi, I am Jessica Mullins. I am Yates County's administrator. Thank you, everybody, for being here this morning. The sheriff and district attorney wanted to bring the local media together today to clarify a recent article that was published in many of the media outlets. I'm confident in saying that the administration at the sheriff's department, other county departments, and the district attorney's office have developed a very strong collaboration, partnership, and have made significant progress over the last several years. The district attorney, sheriff, and I are committed to working as a team, adhering to defined departmental, operational, and disciplinary policies. Our goal is to ensure that the residents of Yates County have confidence in our ability to serve our constituents, maintain transparency, and communicate effectively. I understand this perspective differs vastly from the article that you have read recently, and that's why we have you here today to clarify. I would like to let you all know that we are not taking questions after this meeting, but I would like to present to you now our district attorney, Todd Casella.
Thank you, Jessica, and thank you all for being here. I want to begin by stating unequivocally that the conduct of Megan Morehouse was unforgivable and constituted the single worst instance of police misconduct that I've seen, and that Ron Chilson has been convicted and sentenced for the heinous crimes that he committed, the same crimes that she refused to investigate. The New York Times article covered a lot, but there were some important context that was left out that I believe is critical for this community to understand the larger context, because it's generated a lot of publicity and a lot of commentary. To begin with, when I filed my personnel complaint against Megan Morehouse, I did so directly to the previous administration in the sheriff's department, not to Frank Ryan, who was not the sheriff at that time. After weeks of hearing nothing, I followed up, only to be told that the previous administration had not taken the necessary steps to investigate my complaint. And as a result of the protections the officer enjoyed under her union contract and the negligence of the previous administration, when my complaint was finally handled, it was toothless, despite the severity of her misconduct. I stand by my statements that she should not be a police officer, but that was not a possible outcome because of the untimely manner that my complaint was handled. It's important to me that this community understand that I do not lay the blame at Frank Ryan's feet. Equally important is my experience in dealing with Sheriff Ryan. Since he took office and before, he has been a breath of fresh air, and with every step has showed his commitment to openness, to cooperation, and to transparency between our departments. He has streamlined and overhauled the antiquated system for sharing the disciplinary records of police officers. He has welcomed me into his office to train his officers on several occasions, with more planned. What happened here provided an opportunity for a new sheriff to look back at what went wrong and to take positive steps to make sure it never happens again. To that end, the sheriff and I last week, before this article was published, were on a call learning about the application process that's been opened up across the state, whereby 5 counties will be selected to participate in a 2-year-long pilot program offered by the New York State Office for the Prevention of Domestic Violence. If we're selected, we will receive assistance and training with the development of a coordinated community response task force to serve this county, comprised of members of the Yates County District Attorney's Office, the Yates County Sheriff's Office, the Department of Social Services, Safe Harbors of the Finger Lakes, and the Child Advocacy Center. But even if we're not selected to be one of the pilot counties for that program, my conversations with the sheriff are that we will continue to develop a task force to target sex abuse and to target domestic violence crimes in our community, with designated officers and team members to work collaboratively and receive specialized training in those areas. I want the public to know that I support Sheriff Frank Ryan and his commitment to this community, and I have faith in his administration's ability to investigate crimes, to protect the public, and to timely and thoroughly handle personnel complaints filed against his officers. Thank you. I'm going to turn it over to Sheriff Ryan for some comments, and then I'll finish up.
Good morning to all of you. Thank you for attending today's conference. I want to start out with thanking County Administrator Mullins and District Attorney Casella for really spearheading this conversation. I am Yates County Sheriff Frank Ryan. I took office in January of 2024. Previous to that, I'd worked for this agency for the last 33-ish years. As we entered into our positions in this office, our goals were very clear for the agency: to provide efficient, transparent, and effective law enforcement services to the community that we serve. We aimed to modernize the functions of the Sheriff's Office. The Office of the Sheriff and the Office of the District Attorney are two branches of law enforcement that have to work hand in hand in the investigation and prosecution of criminal cases. District Attorney Casella and I have met on numerous occasions to discuss cases, improve the training of our officers, and develop operational efficiencies to enhance our workforce in this community. We have appreciated that the District Attorney has had willingness to work with us and provide assistance with us in training in our office. On major crime cases, our officers are encouraged to consult with the District Attorney's office on the types of charges to be filed and preparations for court appearances. This partnership is crucial to the effective prosecution of criminal cases. We continue to look at innovative ways to improve the services that we provide to our community. For example, as District Attorney Casella just spoke of, we are working together to get this domestic violence program, if we're chosen by the state, implemented to improve the training and the methods that we handle domestic violence cases, child abuse cases, issues that involve familial issues that sometimes don't get addressed properly. We want to improve our services that we're providing and the impact that the victims have on the services. As your sheriff, I take very seriously the conduct of each and every one of our officers under my employment. While I cannot comment on issues in the past, I want to assure all of you that we hold ourselves as well as our officers accountable to the highest standards, expecting our officers to perform in a manner that provides services to our community that a professional law enforcement agency would service. When these expectations are not met, we assure you we fully investigate the cause of these issues and take steps to fix them. If situations arise that come to complaint levels about our officers, we take appropriate actions in compliance with collective bargaining agreements that are in place, as well as civil service rules and regulations that regulate the procedures that we have to follow in handling disciplinary matters. We recognize that the system is not perfect and differs greatly from that in private sector, where if people are employed and they're not performing to standards, they can be immediately fired. That's very difficult in the law enforcement circle. We want to assure everyone that we take each and every complaint seriously. Each and every complaint is investigated to the fullest extent, and if disciplinary matters are warranted, we follow a model of progressive discipline in dealing with these issues in the manner that is prescribed by law. Our officers represent our agency and our county and ourselves, and we take that very seriously. Their good work often goes unrecognized, overshadowed by bad incidents which pain an entire organization, and that cannot be tolerated. I thank you for your time in allowing our district attorney the opportunity to provide clarification on the article that was published by the New York Times, as they chose to report a story that wasn't necessarily accurate as to what is happening in our county today and has happened in the last 2 years since we took office. I thank you for allowing us the opportunity to affirm our agency goals with you and to present to you, the people we serve, the assurance that we are continuing to improve our functions within this agency and operations towards a complete and total transparent, professional police organization. A big part of that is our collaboration with the district attorney's office and the ability for us to work together in a cohesive, cooperative manner to benefit the people in this county that we serve. I thank you all for coming, and I will return the table back to DA Casella.
Thank you. I'd like to just finish up by letting everybody know, because it's, if you read carefully, you can understand from the New York Times article, but it's not as clear as maybe it should be. The reporter reached out to the sheriff and myself individually. We've known he's been writing this story for some time now. Neither of us sought out to have this story wrote. He foiled a lot of disciplinary records and took interest in this particular one and wrote this article. He reached out and asked if I would sit down and do an interview with him, and he did the same thing with Sheriff Ryan, and we both discussed whether or not sitting down for that interview was going to be a good thing. And we both agreed that it was the right thing to do, to sit down and talk to Mr. Sussman. He was going to write this article, and it's important that we gave him the opportunity to hear our story, to hear it and decide for himself what he was going to put in that article with at least our words in addition to what was in that personnel file. How he chose to write them was for him. That's his decision to make. But we called this meeting, I wanted to call this meeting with the sheriff to let the public know that there is more to the story, and that it's important to know that there is no animosity between our departments. I have tremendous respect for Sheriff Ryan. I consider him a close friend. And I, again, don't lay the blame at his feet for how that complaint was handled. I'm committed to continuing to work with him, and I know he's committed to continuing to work with me. So, thank you. All right, so we're not taking questions. So, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. If you want me to send you the Word document of my comments, I can send it to anybody who would like that, if that's helpful.
There's no questions?
No.
It's not much of a press conference.
Sorry,
What
Mr. Everett.
kind of training changes have you made? How can an investigator refuse to follow the district attorney's recommendation for search warrants and to go to the house of the victim?
That's all.
It's negligence. I hope the county's ready for a lawsuit for negligent retention of someone who's still on the street. Responding officers are the first ones to come to a police scene and exposes the entire county to liability. So you can't just brush this off. It's not even taken off the road. And a suit for illegal or negligent retention, negligent training is something that this county is going to face as a result of their failure to take appropriate action. That's just the way it is. I was a district attorney in Monroe County for 7 years, and this is outrageous. And the fact that she wasn't fired is a joke. And we're all exposed as a result of that.
Yeah, I was confident I would forget it here.
Nice to meet you.